Hi guys, so today's topic is going to be Blue Dream Shrimp. So I have like 30, we're going to address basically their behavior, we're going to look at their behavior and see their breeding cycle, any questions like how to keep, if it's going to work for your tank or not. So they're relatively easy to keep. There isn't, as long as you take care of them. You should have a filter in the tank. Like some people think that they're cleaner, so you don't need a filter. You do need a filter. Keep the ammonia levels fine. Keep that adjusted. They'll be happy and breed for you. So let's have a look at those two over there. I see that female over there is buried with eggs. Let's see if it's going to be able to zoom in properly. As you can see, you see that she has a white belly, which means that there's eggs over there, and the female, in the shrimp language, it's called buried. Now, moving on, they tend to clean your tank. That's what they do. They're basically free cleaners. They're not free, you have to buy them, but they cost around $3 a piece. You buy a set of 10, you have 30, and they'll breed for you non-stop if they're happy. They're just constantly, every 30 days, they'll end up breeding for you again, each female, and they grow up. This one's coming to say hi. They grow up in about 3 to 6 months. They'll be adults. After 45 days, they can start breeding already, which is crazy to think. 45 days after being born, the female carries the eggs for around 3 weeks. When they're born as a shrimp, as a full shrimp with all the features. Everything is going to be on them. They're going to have all the features. They just have to get bigger. Then they go into the juvenile stage, and as an adult 15 days later, and then they can breed for you. What they eat the regular food just like everybody else, and that's the good part about them. They'll eat the excess food, so that's going to help you keep your ammonia, nitrite levels clean. They'll eat up, for example, this pleco over here, if you can see it that well, inside that cave. If it's going to come out soon, I'll show you. But they eat all the debris from that pleco, from everybody. They just keep the tank ultimately clean. The temperature I would keep at 78, around anywhere between 73 to 80 is going to be fine, but definitely need a heater. The males tend to be a little bit less colored than the females. They grow up to 2 inches in length, which is the female. The female is going to be bigger than the male. The male is going to be smaller. Then there are a few companies, you have to be careful if you have plants just like I do. You have to be careful with the fertilizer that you use, because some of the fertilizers are going to have an ingredient called copper, which can be harmful for them. So be careful, make sure whatever you use, it doesn't have copper inside. Otherwise they just crawl around. They're very, very active, exciting to look at, and a cheap addition to your tank. They can go with almost every fish, as long as, not almost, I'm sorry, that's the wrong term. They can go with a lot of fish that are easy, like as long as they can't fit in their mouth, or if you have enough hiding, you should be fine. The fish don't bother them. They're just playing nicely. They don't eat up eggs from my plecos. They behave over there. Sorry about that. They behave. All in all, it's just a good addition to your tank. And very, very interesting to look at. They have tons of legs over there. Let's see if we can focus on that. The whole belly is filled with eggs. Not eggs, feet. In case you're wondering, this potato is for my pleco. They like to eat that, but the shrimp will eat this as well. They'll basically eat anything that's left over. Okay, I hope that answers your questions, and that's basically everything you need to know in breeding them. They have about 20 to 30 eggs at a time, in case I haven't mentioned that, and that is it. There isn't much to know. As long as you're able to keep the other fish happy, they'll be happy.